Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. I assume you all know about Helldivers 2. You probably clicked on this video because maybe you like Helldivers, or maybe somehow you actually don't know what Helldivers is, and wondering why I think it is Game of the Year. I know this won't be everyone's type of video, just watching some gameplay with a guy just talking about how much he absolutely loves a game. But if you'll just give me a bit of your time, I'd love to just tell you how much I love Helldivers, everything that it's been through, and how I still think it is Game of the Year. Helldivers 2, while not an original concept, 4 players, killing hordes of enemies, completing objectives, that's not a new idea. We've had games like that, Left 4 Dead 2, or Payday 2, or games like Vermintide, Darktide. We've had those types of games before, but Helldivers puts such an interesting twist on it that makes it something I've never played before. A brand new experience, and I absolutely love it to bits. I think I can mainly tie it down to it being one third person. I don't remember a lot of third person, horde-based shooters. Then also the way the guns feel. Guns have such, I'm gonna say, weight to them. You're not spinning around, doing 360s and shooting everything around you. No, turning, it takes some time, especially with the heavier weapons, and just something about it, while obviously being, made up sci-fi sort of deal, there's something about it that feels sort of real. Like, for one, if you've got this massive cannon on your shoulder, you're not gonna turn around, instantly. And then, obviously, also the, teaming up to reload weapons. Yes, of course, if you've got someone helping you reload, it's gonna be faster. You're obviously gonna have more control if you've got 2 people holding it. And then also the planets and the whole sort of galactic war. One, it's great how what we do sort of affects other games or other people's games. We all work together to liberate planets, and I think that's such a cool idea. I know, once again, it is not original. I can't remember the game, but they had Galactic Conquest. Was it a Battlefield? I'll put it up on screen what I'm talking about. But it's such a cool idea of everyone working together on the same universe and it all making a difference in real time. And then also the planets themselves, all the different landscapes, even if you're on the same planet, can feel different in terms of layout. And I think I remember hearing it is procedurally generated, so obviously it's going to feel different, but it feels man-made in a way, which is probably the greatest compliment I can give to procedurally generated things. They feel man-made, and I just love it. And while I'm talking about this whole sort of Galactic Conquest-esque thing, I just want to get into the community real quick. I don't think I've seen a better community. This was the type of people where we could all come together and kill, what was it? Was it 2 million or 20 million bugs? Something like that in 24 hours when the game came out, which was just nuts. And we all learned to stick together and fight for the same cause, that we even had a major order in real life. We liberated Sony at one point. Name another game franchise or game community that was able to band together, review bomb Helldivers to the point where Sony backed down. We got Sony to change their decision. Now, yes, unfortunately, we did win that battle, but we did not completely win the war. There are still countries that cannot play Helldivers to my knowledge. And to those soldiers, I hope you get the game eventually. And also, there was a good amount of time where I saw the console wars just take a bit of a halt for a second. PlayStation and PC players were asking for an Xbox port. Like, I don't remember the last time hearing, people on, like, it's a PlayStation game, like, hearing them say, yes, port this game to Xbox, we need more men, we need more soldiers. And I just thought that was great. Seeing people from the PlayStation/Helldivers community asking for an Xbox port, it was just brilliant. And then even on the more personal side, people have been making such amazing videos and music. Like, it's great. Like, I'm not much of a metal kind of guy when it comes to music, but oh my god, listen to some of these songs. And then once again, people have made such great videos on the game, and I think we've all been relatively reasonable about the game. But then things changed when Escalation of Freedom came out, and the infamous Fire nerf and such came out. And to be honest, I was scared. I was thinking one of my favorite games of the entire year, maybe even of all time, was done for, and that no one was coming back, and that it was just done. People review bombed again, this time for a little bit more of a different cause. Not everyone agreed, but I thought it was done for. And then I started hearing word of something happening in like 60 days or something. You know, there was going to be some changes to things in 60 days or such, and I started hearing more about it. And then all of a sudden I see a video and they're talking about weapons, they're buffing them. I see another short, buffing weapons, another one, buffing weapons, and then it comes to a fateful day when we get a 30-minute long video of them just talking about buffing weapons. And oh my god, I looked in the comments section and all I could see was, we are back. Helldivers 2 is back. And lo and behold, the player count reached 100,000. And my favorite game was back. Obviously nothing's gonna reach peak Helldivers again unless something crazy happens. But going from maybe having 5,000 people on at once to 100,000, god, I love this community. If there's something we don't like, we're gonna tell you that we don't like it. And when it's fixed, we come roaring back. We come back to finish the fight. And it's been a blast ever since. This game has been such a great experience, especially with friends. Like, I've been playing this game with a couple friends, and I have been having the time of my life.
Yeah, no, it's just fun to dive in with your friend or friends. The friendly fire can be a bit funny as well. I haven't encountered it much, thankfully, with my friends, but when it has happened, it's been funny.
There's a couple specific people, if you're watching this video, you guys know who you are. I think I've loved every second of playing Helldivers with these people. Even if there are points where we might get mad, or, you know, there might be some game-breaking glitches that, you know, force us to fail the mission, I'm still having the greatest time ever. And I think if this game doesn't even get nominated for Game of the Year, then something's up. Because I've never seen a game like this come out of nowhere and just be this amazing. Obviously games, you know, have been small and then get a lot of popularity, but like, something about this one just felt special. Like, this was like a Hail Mary, because Helldivers 2 compared to Helldivers 1 is so goddamn different, which makes me think this was like a last-ditch effort from the guys at Arrowhead, thinking, look, I don't know him, look, to me, I don't know how many people played the first Helldivers, but they might have been thinking like, look, not a lot of people played this game. People like shooting. Let's change this to like a third-person shooter. Put some goddamn time and see if it works. By golly gee, it worked. I love this game. I don't think I could have asked for a better team horde shooter. And originally, my go-to team shoot or horde shooter was Payday 2. Or if it wasn't Payday 2, I'd be jumping on Deep Rock Galactic. And while both of those games are still fun to this day, I don't think they're beating Helldivers 2 for me. I just don't know if we'll ever see something like it again. And it's just, I don't know. It's just great. I know this sounds like the end of the video, but I just want to keep talking a little bit more. And if you stayed till this point, I couldn't thank you enough. Obviously, videos have been a little slow recently, and I'm really sorry for that. But if you were able to sit through me just talking about a game I love, then you're the one I have to thank the most. You people who have sat here and just watched a guy talk about a game he loves. I want to talk about real quick, like, just the style of the game. Obviously inspired by Starship Troopers and such, and like, you know, other media franchises. But it's a lot of fun. Armor and such in the game looks great. Like, obviously I don't use the default Helldivers armor, but I think even with all the cool looking armor they bring out, still the coolest looking armor is the default Helldivers armor.
And customization is rather nice. I don't know, for me, I'm more of a function first, then form. So with my armor, I choose the one that gives you a 15% chance of dying to fatal injury, because, well, that sounds best, and it has saved my Helldiver at least from death a few times. While with the helmet and cape, I merely choose for aesthetic and style reasons, because, well, at the moment they don't have any perks to them. But yeah,
It's so cool. Like, I've been tempted to buy a Helldivers helmet off Etsy, but I don't have $100 just to throw away at the moment. So, but I'd love to get just like a Helldivers helmet, just because the designs are so simplistic yet, you know, slightly intimidating, which is good for, you know, soldiers. They're such cool designs. And then I love the whole freedom and democracy like charade going on. Like, I've never played into something so much. Like, when I'm talking to a friend about, you know, like balance changes or major orders, it's like we're talking like we're in the world. Like, we're doing this for democracy, we're doing this for freedom. Screw those damn clankers. Obviously that's not exclusive there, but well, you get what I'm saying. I've never leaned so hard into a sort of story like this, or an act, and it's been so fun doing things for democracy, freedom, and liberty. It's just been great. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if it was me having to pick a game of the year at the moment, with everything that's come out, all the great games that will eventually come out, I don't think anything's beating Helldivers for me, you know? Like, what, we've still got a couple months left in the year. This time of recording this, we're still in September, so I don't know what could come out and change things from now to the Game Awards, but I do genuinely think that Helldivers 2 is Game of the Year material, and I will continue to play this game for as long as it gets updates.
overall, I think Helldivers is a fun take on what people imagine of conflict, or at least, I guess, the fun side of conflict. Which kind of feels odd for me to say, but I don't know. It's a video game. In essence, it's a bunch of code that's been put together in such a way to make such a fun experience. Yeah, this is coming from a guy who's barely code anything, so take that as you will. Is that a bike? What is that? It is a bike. Huh. Go away.
And then even after that, as long as we have enough stuff to do, this might be like the new game that I consistently just go back to. And if you somehow, some way, have not played Helldivers 2 yet, I strongly urge, pick up the game. It's not even a full price game. This isn't a sponsor, by the way. I wish they were sponsoring me, but they don't need us. They don't need anyone sponsoring me. They don't need to sponsor anyone. They're doing just fine. But this is my pledge to all of you. Pick up the game. It's not even a full price game. And even like when it goes on sale as well, pick up the game on sale. You can even grab the Super Citizens Edition, which gets you armor that has a cool effect that gives you a 50-50 chance to survive like a one-shot kill thing, which is pretty cool. You can obviously find that armor in-game already, but it just gives it to you straight off the bat. You get one of the premium war bonds, you know, which is like a freedom pass, which is a battle pass, but they don't expire. No FOMO. All these like semi-battle pass-esque things, they don't expire. They're there forever. The only thing that rotates is like the super store, and that's just literally 4 cosmetic items that will come back eventually. So please pick up the game and just have fun. If you're not going to do it for me, do it for democracy. Do it for freedom and liberty, and do it so we can keep Super Earth safe. Thank you for watching.